Oh, God. I take so many orders from this woman, and she's not really even my woman, technically. You know, she's listening from the bathtub as we speak. Take this phone, Bill, because I get worried when you don't answer me back within 5 minutes. Well, you know, sometimes I don't want to be gotten a hold of. It wasn't an issue with my phone. Some of it is, but sometimes I just leave my phone and I go away for a couple of days. All right. Oh, shit. They can hear me, can't they? All right. Forget everything I just said. It was all bullshit. All right. Who do we have here? Lurking CS. I already read that message. Stubborn ass. Yes, I am a stubborn ass, but so are you. Yep, being hard-headed again because that's what I do, ladies and gentlemen. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm just going to fast forward through all these. Sorry if I miss anybody. Damn it. Oh, well, fuck it. I already locked the truck. We're good. We'll get the last couple of seconds here of this beautiful sunset we got going on. The camera never does it justice, though. Beautiful, huh? All right. Let me get settled in, y'all. I've been actually staying at my, what the hell? My dad's going out. He's not supposed to. I've been staying at my parents' house so that my dad won't, like, I'm supposed to be doing all of his shit and he's out here wandering around. All right, let's go, make sure he's okay. Hey, Dad. I'm live and people can hear us, so don't talk about the bodies or the cocaine.
Okay, it's our secret.
Yeah, we won't ever tell anybody about the bodies or the cocaine.
Okay.
All right.
We've got it well covered.
He said that, not me. And here's why you're all here, the fucking cats.
Get something out of
All right. I'll try not to be in your way. Oh, say hello to your fans. They're here for you, not me. I've been taking all the wrong pills today, so my hands are shaking like a bitch. Oh, on a serious note, I got this nice, I don't know if you guys can see it. I got this nice man purse. It's a company in Colorado, and this dude makes almost all of it himself by hand. His prices are really good, and the quality so far seems to be holding up pretty well. Yeah, it's called Colorado Bushcraft. He's on Instagram and has a website. But almost all of the materials are sourced from the United States also, so there's that. And no, I'm not getting paid to promote them. I just like to promote American companies, especially small ones. Oh, fuck. I gotta clean up my shop. All right, I'm just about ready. I shouldn't have went live quite yet, but it's to me it's annoying when somebody says, "Yeah, I'm going live at 7 o'clock," and then fucking 30 minutes later they finally go. I think it's annoying, but anyway, here we are. All right. You replied to my message, naughty assistant. All right, cool. I'll get back to you. I just haven't been able to check messages here the last hour or so. You got a solution? All right, cool. I like solutions. That's why I pay you the big bucks, naughty assistant. Do my folks have an open relationship? No. No, they've been together for over 50 years, and I don't think that they would go for that. All right. I didn't say any hellos, but I said, "Oh, there's a great white. I don't remember seeing you around, but welcome, welcome to the shit show, guys. I don't know what's been going on. I really don't. I really haven't been paying much attention to anything about what's been going on that you all are interested in. Is this a pre-Lock live? I don't know if Lock's going live or not. Probably he's been going live on top of people, so he probably will. But I don't know. Does Lock have one planned tonight? Fuck me, I need a drink. I can't though. Shit. I didn't put a link out, but that's okay. So I'm actually well, you know what? It don't bother him to step on anybody, so fuck it. I don't care. Hang on, let me make something real quick. Damn it, I'm completely disorganized. Copy. Oh man, it's just pressing buttons, but it's so much work just to fucking put a link out. He called Friday night time, so well, that's too fucking bad because I can't I can't work around other people's schedules. I never know when I'm gonna have the opportunity to go live. So fuck it. I don't care. God dang it. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have my shit together. There's that. Gotta have a cigarette. There. That's better. What do we got going on now? You'll take one too. Take. Oh man, I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. I'm usually good with just hanging out with you guys for a couple of hours unless we have a good conversation going. I don't do that fucking. I have had streams go 5 hours, and I've had one that went over 8 hours, but that was just because we were into a big discussion. I don't really like the long term shit. What's going on, Giggity? Has anything major popped off in the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 days? I mean, it doesn't really matter because it's always the same. Like it's different subjects, but it's always the same fucking people and same like it's always the same wow 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 shit. So like it doesn't matter. It got boring for me a long time ago. I'm chilling too, Dusty. I don't ever say chill stream because I know that that's clickbait. Anytime somebody from, our little bullshit channels calls it a chill stream, you know it's clickbait. Yeah, I can't even I can't even watch I just can't do it. Even if it's something I like, I can't watch the longest thing I've ever watched without walking away from it was Schindler's List. Good movie, but I suggest you take a leak before you start watching it because it's like 6 hours long. I don't remember exactly, but it is a good movie. Your little fucker? Oh no, he's my little fucker. He's doing all right. He's been kind of standoffish with me lately. I don't know why, but uh, I've not seen him today. Sometimes I wonder if I made the right decision in not because sometimes he's in so much pain that like he can't walk, and I sometimes wonder if I made the right decision keeping him alive. But other times he's okay. I don't. I don't know. There's been another black cat hanging around. I thought it was him for a second. This black cat was just laying in the sun, and I thought, "Ah, little fucker looks like he's put on a little weight." And then I reached down to touch it, and that fucking thing attacked me. I mean, like attacked. And it was a fucking different cat that just showed up. Um, I don't know. It could have been. We had a couple of black ones that disappeared several months ago, and it might be one of them because sometimes they do. They just take off and go become wild kitties and survive on their own. It might be one of them that came back. I don't know, but that's how they got this cat farm started. Was strays showing up because people get them when they're cute little kittens, and then all of a sudden they're not cute anymore, so they take them out in the country and drop them off, motherfuckers. Ronnie sent you something for piss panties to use as cologne. Hey, whatever works for you, man. There's probably some pheromones in there you can use to your advantage. Julie has been a refreshing piece to this community. I agree, Jameson. Had the pleasure of having many conversations with her offline, and yeah, she's a different breed. I will say that. It said that the scent of Nani's piss panties ward off predators like bears and mountain lions. Hey, um, that could be useful. It's probably equivalent. I mean, if you were to hang them up as a flag around your campsite instead of pissing all the way around it, it'd probably keep bears away. It would keep me away. I know that. I don't know, guy. I've not been watching any of this shit, guys, so I don't know what's happened. Anything new that's happened with Jilly or anybody else. Jilly, I'll stomp a motherfucker into the ground for you. I don't care. Yeah, that some. I saw a couple of things about Nani's incontinence, and I know that with morbidly obese people, it is a thing. But I don't know. Like, I don't know how I got started or uh, what the deal is. I checked in on Warbot stuff a couple of times, and I saw something about it, and then I can't remember. Somebody said something to me. I don't remember, but I do not know the story either. So if somebody can fill me in on that, I would appreciate it. Well, Julie, you can come up here and we can flirt. I'll tell you right now, I've drank a lot of Jameson in my day. I don't know if that's supposed to be a threat or what, but I'm just saying. 46 to 67% of obese women experience urinary incontinence. Yeah, I know it's a thing. I'm kind of worried that you know the exact numbers, but hey, hey, I keep my brightness low too. I'm not very bright. All right, one second, guys. You don't want to hear this. All right, sorry about that, y'all. Didn't think you'd want to hear me hacking up a hairball. Angela tried to gaslight Julian into starting an OnlyFans. Hey, uh, if I had nice boobies, I would totally do OnlyFans. I might even shave my toes and go for it anyway. Man, Jilly, you are always cleaning. Like, I don't know, for a single person, I don't know how you have so much stuff that needs to be cleaned. Thoughts on the fart edits? It's not. I don't care. I thought the farts were hilarious, Patcon. That's not the problem. My problem is these people are passing around a picture of a dead relative of mine saying it's me, and it's not me. I told them which pictures were actually me. So I don't care about the farts. It's the picture. We do look a lot alike because I don't want to say how we're related because I don't want them. They're trying to dox my kids too. And I don't want to say how I'm related to that person because I don't want them to finally figure out which Bill Powell I really am. Hey, what's up, Dominique? What's going on, White Claw? Are we gonna talk about me for? Hey, if I could rip farts like that, I would do it for y'all. We had to bring in a stunt double to fart for me though. What's going on, nerdy parent? Gonzy Gons, I like that name. What's going on, Warbot? We were just talking about you a little bit. We want to know what the exact story is on Nadia's incontinence. The people demand to know. If you want to hop up here, you're more than welcome. I forgot to pin a link though. What's going on, JM? How you doing? And I am behind in the chat again. Yeah, I heard that Jen went off again. Was it last night? I think. I don't know. Like I've not been letting Jen come up here because I'm legitimately she's had at least one stroke, and the way she gets worked up, I just don't want her having a stroke on my panel. Um, like I'm not trying to silence her either, but you do your own stunt farts, you're very brave. I will tell you, and I think I've said this on here before, but if you're gonna light your farts, make sure you do it naked. Farts do indeed light. The thing is, if you're wearing like jeans, especially like tight jeans, when you go to light your fart, if you're wearing pants, there will be a little bit of gas buildup in that little pocket between your pants and your taint, and that will detonate, and it will send your balls. I'm not going to tell you how I know, but yeah, if you're going to light your farts, do it naked. No D2, she pees herself. This came directly from someone on her side, believe it or not. Oh yeah, it's not hard to believe. A lot of people clearly do, as you've seen more than a few using your new fave name, Miss Pissy Pants. All right. You had one by an acquaintance. Hey, what are good friends for? Don't let Jenny up. We don't need another psycho obsessed with. Oh yeah. Jenny and I, Jenny and I had a really good conversation. I forget the name of the video, but she was totally into BDSM. I had a stream that I did for a couple people. I'm into BDSM. And Jen A came up, and we had a very nice, long discussion about BDSM and how she's into it. And yeah, believe it or not, it happened. What's up, A-Cops behind us? How you doing? Actually, I don't want to name that person, but somebody, I don't think, I haven't seen them in here right now, but somebody kind of called my bluff on the making custom ball gags. So I have some parts that should be here tomorrow, and I'm going to have to actually make one. I'm doing all right, A-Cops. Oh yeah, she was all about it. I'm pretty sure that stream says BDSM in it, but I don't remember the title of it. It was with oh gosh, what's his name? Drawing a blank. We were cool for a while, and then all this shit popped off with and then I found out he was a bloody psycho. Mail Order Brides was up there. That was actually Mail Order Brides' first time going live, and he went up there because Ryan was accusing him of being me, and as he's done with many others. And Mail Order Brides came up to prove to everybody that he is not me. Unless, of course, I had my voice changer. How do I feel after it's been confirmed that NWO guy is special needs? Okay, I don't exactly. I already knew that because I can tell that, or I believe that he's had TBI because I have TBI, and I see some things in him that I see in me. So like I've always known he had some kind of issue, and the one time, like, you don't see him in here anymore because the one time he tried to come up, I didn't let him because of the conversation that was going on. Um, One, I just think the dude's. I'll be honest. I think he's annoying. Um, but like I've always known there was something. I mean, you can tell. So it's not a surprise to me. But like, did he like talk about it or? Well, hey, Stick. I'll tell you what. There's a few people that I don't let up here because I feel like sometimes we're exploiting people with mental issues, and that's why there's a few people that I don't. Or sometimes I'll like some of them I'll let up here like in limited quantities, like if the chat's chill or whatever. But I've said this before. I feel like people with mental issues are being exploited. I mean, I've fucking shut streams down because I felt like things were going too far. It draws views. Fucking people come running to see that shit, but um, I don't feel good about it. But at the same time, though, it's like, should they be shut out of things because they have special needs? So it's like there's not really a clear answer. I don't want them to be silenced, but I don't. Um, letting shit go wild and doing it because it draws views. I don't want to do that. I mean, there are arguments that I've let play out up here with, because they needed to be done, or it's bringing something out, or somebody's defending themselves or whatever. So I do let shit get wild, but it's not really what I want. Yeah, nerdy parent, you sure do. I mean, all of us have something wrong with us. It's obvious. When people from that aren't familiar with this stuff come and look at uh, what we do, like they just don't want any part of it. And a lot of good people have left. Used to be pretty easy to get like 200 simultaneous viewers. When was the last time you saw that on anybody's channel? It's because a lot of the normal people left. Usually before, if you had like a good conversation or an argument, some kind of drama was popping off, it was pretty easy to get well over 200 simultaneous viewers. But you don't see that now because the normies left. We weeded them out. Turtle. Sounding a shoe collection. I don't know anything about that either, but uh, fucking Telly is needy as fuck, man. He's been in my comments. Oh, you don't have this. You never did that. I'm like, dude, there's fucking videos of it. Go find them. Drop a link. No, I'm not here to serve you. Go find them yourself. Like all kinds of like stupid shit, man. And then he got attacked by my sea monkeys. Oh, there's another thing. He's like, you're only 5'7", which is not true. And I've showed my driver's license. My driver's license, and I've also showed a lot of my bounty hunter credentials. And I'm not fucking going back to my totes and digging the rest of it out. It's there. Whatever. I'm not doing any work for you people more than I have. But my driver's license does say 6 foot, but that's not really true because of the boots I had on at the time. But you got to stand by that measuring thing, and they look at it, and whatever it says is what they put down. So, like, I don't know why he's so obsessed with my height. Um, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, Lurking Sea Monkey was supposed to measure me, but that's not happened yet. Thigh highs. Oh, yeah. I used to wear fuck me boots up to here. Telly's in love with you in a wear your skin type of way. Yeah, I'm glad there's an ocean in between us, if I'm being honest. Do I have a cheat sheet of talking points? No, I should though, because I always forget to say shit that I want to talk about. I should write things down and have a cheat sheet, but I got to rely on my memory, and my memory sucks because of the TBI. A lot of short man syndrome in this community. Yeah, there seems to be. White Claw. Like I don't care if people think I'm 5'7". I really don't care about that. What pisses me off is when people say that I'm lying about shit that I know the truth about and they don't. That's where I get irritated. I could give a fuck. If I was 5'7", I'd tell you I'm 5'7". I don't care. But it's the fact that I constantly get called a liar about things I'm not lying about kind of pisses me off. You're doing it too ear. Yeah, you're white, right claw. Well, some of them are, and those ones I do ignore. But um, people like Telly believe everything like Nanya says, and like they actually believe that I'm lying about stuff when I'm not. The ones that are doing it just to irritate me, I tend to ignore or never see it. But it's so weird, all the people in this so-called community that, and I really don't watch hardly anything anymore. I have to rely on being filled in, but it's so weird, the fucking people that constantly have my name in their mouths. It's just weird. I don't know. Maybe I need to send more dick pics. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's me. Dude, guys, I've got fucking. And this is not a flex, by the way, but I've got fucking moving boxes full of old boots because the place that I worked for, sometimes a good pair of boots would only last me like 6 months or whatever, but sometimes, depending on the job I was doing, the company that I worked for bought us new boots every year. And sometimes there's some life left in them, and I hate to throw things away that can still be used. So I do. I have moving boxes full of old work boots that still have some life in them. But like, it's not my thing, you know. Tommy Phillips placemats. I wouldn't be surprised if there was such a thing. Do I have any cold steel products I want to sell? Yeah, actually, I've got a tote full of that stuff too. I've got the stuff I have from when I was a dealer. I have the old Lynn Thompson era stuff from like the early 2000s. And yeah, I've got some that I would sell. I need to talk to Samuel also because I'm supposed to be making a knife for him, but I got to know everything he wants, so I do it right. Hit you up later. Right on. I've got, man, I don't even know how many knives I have. A lot. More than I need, and I still want more. I will tell you guys, Warbot has been pretty generous to me. I don't know why, but uh, he's he's hit me with um, several triple digit donations. I'll say that much. So I can't confirm he does hand out money for no apparent reason. Look, y'all, we got to stop kidding ourselves. We are not really part of the catching community. Um, we have an interest in common that happens to be that, but the shit we do over here, I mean, how does any of this stuff help protect kids? How does anything over here? The only catchers that hang out over here are like the lower rung ones, you know. The more respected catchers don't hang out over here, and there's a reason for it. I mean, Courtney used to pop in here once in a while. Who else? Like Musa a couple of times. But they just don't anymore, and I don't blame them. People trying to gain clout, when they haven't really done jack shit, if anything at all. What do I know about respected catchers? Quite a bit, actually. I used to run with these fuckers back when the community it was just predator poachers, and there are some catchers that used to go under the predator poachers moniker that don't anymore, but are still around. But back then, when there was only like, I don't know, 10 teams or so in this so-called community, it was a lot easier to keep up with. And I kind of backed out when I saw it all going to shit because it was kind of heartbreaking watching it fall. I backed out before most of you were even around here. I shouldn't worry about being respected by trolls. Dominique, I will respect you all you want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if I wasn't one of us, I wouldn't be one of us. Random Randall, when did anybody say Kevin raped her? When did she say that? When did I say that? That's what Kevin said we said when he was doing the sympathy tour. But that's not what happened. And everything, like Kevin lied. He tried to say that they never even met. But when I called him out, I had all the proof that they did. And then he said, well, I just lied so that the other girl wouldn't find out. But the other girl already knew. So he lied about everything. And every piece of information she gave me, well, there were the facts. What she said was that she told him to put on a condom and he refused and fucked her anyway. Nobody said that he full on raped her. That's just what he was saying to get sympathy out of it, try to turn it around. It is a form of sexual assault, Pacon. But what he was trying to say, that we were saying that he like full on attacked her. And he had tried to say that they never met. So when he lies about them ever even meeting, half of, nah, I wouldn't. I don't think there's any such thing as half our word, Patcon. I appreciate you editing your words, though, even though I haven't been like I should have. If we get shut down, we get shut down. Grapes over. Oh God. Oh, Gen A, come on now. We don't need to be knifing each other. It's bad enough we all fucking dox each other. I mean, granted, if one of you motherfuckers that I don't like showed up to my place, uh, it wouldn't go how you think. Soft docs, hard cocks. I actually like that. I think I might change my channel name to that. You know, Jen, Julie, you two are both into, the same kind of kinky stuff. I think you two could probably get along. If we could have a friendly chat about BDSM, I'd be down for that. But I don't think it'll happen. What about NTF? Is there something is there something new that happened with NTF? Telling stories again? I don't know what you're talking about, dude. NTF called out Ed and Cat Eyes today. Oh, I'm completely lost. I don't know what that's about. Call them out for what? Hold on 1 second, guys. Gen A, Haystack Sniper wants to know why you have him blocked, which I had him blocked for, not blocked from person to person, but I had him blocked from the channel for a long time, so I probably wouldn't blame you, but he just wants to know why. In a recorded call, so not exactly today. Okay. I still don't know what the hell you're talking about. You'd pay ward bot donation amounts to see Jenny and or Jillian Jen a sword fight. That would be interesting. I would have to put my money on Jilly though. I'm not gonna lie. LARP spends most of his panel time fantasizing about gay shit. I've noticed that about LARP. I have. What's going on, Sam? I mean, I make a lot of gay jokes too, and I was a steel worker for 20 years, and when you work with steel with a bunch of manly men, there's an awful lot of gay shit going on. I'm not kidding. I actually made a guy quit one time, which we have a form of hazing, where we have them do stupid shit, like I would send a guy to the tool room to get me a bucket of wattage to run my CNC burning table, shit like that. And there was this dude was late. He wasn't going to make it anyway. He was kind of lazy, but like I didn't even own a boat, but I was like, "Hey man, you want to come out on my boat this weekend?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, that'd be cool." I'm like, "All right, we can go fishing, and you can oil me up." And I'm just saying shit like that. His first fucking day, lunchtime comes around and he disappeared. I noticed he was gone, but He was lazy. I could tell already. I just figured he was fucking off somewhere. And my boss comes up to me and says, "Hey, what'd you say to that guy?" I'm like, what are you talking about, Ralph?" And he's like, he said he walked into the office and gave his safety equipment back and said he can't work here with a bunch of faggots. Oh, yeah. So we were just waiting out the weak ones anyway. Haystack's apology tour to get unbanned and unblocked by Lark. Right on. Sam, you're usually pretty interesting, if nothing else, to have darts thrown at you. Let me figure out how to do this again. Damn it. There's a link. Anybody can hit it that wants to. Let me rephrase that. Anybody uh, that I usually am willing to have up here, put it that way. Someone sane? And are you Jen A? Really? You're gonna call Sam sane? But yeah, I make a lot of gay jokes. But there comes a point where, like, sometimes people just do it too much, and you really got to wonder if it's not an outlet, for their true self. And I've seen some of LARP's interactions between him and a female in his community, and I don't know, maybe I don't know. I can't speak for the guy. I can speak of him though. Sam is salty because you don't fuck around, and when he pressed you, you just released his DMs, which made him look foolish. Oh, okay, that I didn't realize that was Lark. Randall is Lark. I should have known by the dumbass shit he was saying earlier. Thank God for a good Christian woman. Hey, some of them good Christian ladies are, they got a lot of pent up sexual aggression. You know what I'm saying? I've been that route too. You can come up here, LARP. I doubt you will, but you're welcome to it. LARP getting much better. Well, he was, I didn't realize it was him. I hadn't really thought about it, but until he started mentioning releasing their DMs. He should have waited though. I mean, I think he pulled the trigger too soon. He should have you know, got some really fucking juicy shit or something. I don't know. But I've heard that LARP is quick on the trigger, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, Julie, organized religion of any kind is, how can I say this? It makes sheep out of people and makes them easily controlled, and they get taught to think in a box and only to be able to think one way. And if you challenge that, then they get all freaked out. That's why they send Jehovah's Witnesses in pairs. You ever notice that? They always send you at least two Jehovah's Witnesses. But I figured out how to get them fuckers to stop showing up is start answering the door naked. They'll either stop showing up or they'll come back a lot more. You know what I mean? That Jaylee girl, she got the devil in her. We're going to get the devil out. Lark won't go up. Yeah, I know it. I think we could all use a little trial by fire and then a good cleansing. Every single one of us. I didn't always run Jehovah's Witnesses off, but sometimes I would just, challenge them, and that really is worse for them than answering the door naked. But I mean, they always send them in pairs so they can double team you. Mr. Anti-Predator Catcher is here in the E-flesh. Who is that, FGK? Is thou speaking of oneself, perhaps? I don't know. I miss so much shit. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, the king people don't realize. God, I don't really want to get off on a religious rant because I can do that all night. People that thump the King James Bible, there's a reason why it's called the King James Bible and not God's Word Bible. King James decided to assemble all of the books, which in theory is a good idea because you had all these different sects that were going, one would go by the Book of Job and other blah, and stuff like that. So he decided to organize it all, which gave him control over the church. And the people that wrote there was 42, 44, 40, something like that. There's 40 something people that actually wrote the Bible. It was not written by Shakespeare. It's just a style of writing. And by the way, the people didn't talk like that back then. That was just a style of writing. People didn't say these and they didn't talk like that. It was just a style of writing. Part of it was because, one, most of the people couldn't read. So they had to rely on churches, priests, and things of that nature, who were in King James's pocket. Oh, who, by the way, had a gay lover. Most people couldn't read. And the people that could read could only read on a rudimentary level. So they had to rely on the Bible being read to them and being given whatever interpretation fit the need at the time. And the people that wrote the Bible, like Virgin Mary, and I forget the name, but in this dude's writings, he said the Hebrew word for virgin could either mean a person that's never had sex, or it could just mean young woman. So they kind of changed things a little bit to make Jesus' birth more mystical, more powerful, when that word actually meant young woman. And there's just a lot of shit like that, like tithing. You got to give 10% of everything you have to the church. Okay, who is the church? The church was the priest and the king. And then there were a lot of alterations like that. No, Jay, I'm not wrong. And then you have things like the Dead Sea Scrolls that back up a lot of this. The Dead Sea Scrolls were hidden on purpose for a reason. And there were entire books that were left out. Um, like Judas had a book. He had his own writings. Barnabas. There's a lot of books that were left out. And something else that came to light from the Dead Sea Scrolls and other sources is, hey, wait a minute! I just noticed something. All of a sudden, I'm on StreamYard and I can tell who the mods are. I just noticed that. Holy cow, that's awesome. But when Judas, quote unquote, betrayed Jesus, it didn't go down like we were taught, at least not like I was taught. Um, Jesus told Judas, he said, "Hey, you're gonna deny me 3 times, and then they're gonna kill my ass." Uh, and Judas didn't want to do it. He was like, "No, I can't betray you, man. I got your back." And Jesus was like, "No, you have to do this. It's part of God's plan." So Jesus didn't really want to betray, or I'm sorry, Judas didn't really want to betray Jesus. Jesus told him he had to, so he wasn't this bad guy that he's painted out to be. Sorry, guys, I've been completely off on a rant, not reading the comments. Needs to know what? Damn it, I've missed it. Judas went on to become a Dracula. Well, no, Judas, no. Dracula was, oh God, what was his real name? Dracula is based on a real character that killed a lot of people by impalement. I mean, he killed a lot of people by impalement. So yeah, Dracula was a real person. I'm trying to think of his name now, but he was a king. Vlad the Impaler. Yeah, Vlad the Impaler. But I'm trying to think of his like full name. Bram Stoker's Dracula is a really good movie. It's came out a long time ago. It's got Gary Oldman in it. It's not exactly like the original book, but it's closer than what most movies come. And the book isn't. If you read about the actual Vlad the Impaler and not the Bram Stoker version, whatever, like he was a brutal motherfucker. Are you being anti-predator catcher now? Who? God damn it, I've missed something. Dude, ICAC, when people say they work with ICAC, I don't ever believe it because back in the day when I probably still have it somewhere, but I had part of ICAC's decoy handbook, and I was trying to get the whole thing, and I called uh, different branches of ICAC, and they pretty much told because I wanted the whole thing, and like some of them were really nasty. They were like, "We don't work with civilians," and I wish I would have recorded. I got into a big old argument, and I'm like, our catchers catch more people a year than you do, and we do it at no cost to the taxpayers. You guys get a big fucking government budget. We rely on donations, and yeah, they made it very clear every time I talked to them that they don't want to work with civilian groups. And I talked to a few cop friends of mine also, and they said they would try to get it, but ICAC wouldn't even give it to them because they're not a sex crime unit. So yeah, when people say they're working with ICAC, I really have a hard time swallowing that pill. Talked to an ICAC affiliate officer 2 days ago, and they were given direct orders from the top not to even take the evidence. Yeah, that's been my experience too. And some of them were really nasty. FTK, go up and explain. Yeah, I would like to hear more about your experience, FTK, instead of fucking reading it from the chat where I'm gonna miss half of it anyway. Yeah, Jenny T was around for when we were putting all that stuff together. That's the thing. Like we came up with letters to like we made had people that have actually been to law school write up letters for us, um, where we could email them to you or whatever, and you could print them out and sign them and mail it to your congressman or senator, whoever the fuck. And like very few people did it. Yeah, they see us as competition instead of wanting to work with us. They I say us. I'm not really doing it anymore, but um, yeah, yeah they get this big. I forget how many millions, like 120 million dollars a year. I don't remember now. It's been a few years ago. It's probably more now, but they get this big ass fucking budget, and they actually get very few, not very many people at all. And then civilian catchers do it, and if done right, they get prosecutions at no cost to the taxpayer. I mean, other than after the guy goes to jail, but I'm not anymore Lord Cuxip dumbass, but years ago I was. I used to do a lot of shit for this. I'm not a part of this community here. Don't want to be anyway. But I used to do a lot of shit for this kind of thing. And then we let people like you in, and it became a big shit show and kind of discouraging. So I said, fuck it.
Oh dear.
What's going on, Sam?
I'm trying to coax, because we're on a neutral ground here with StreamYard. I'm trying to coax FT Cuck up to discuss his StreamYard version of what he was trying to say the other day. I had shown an article about teenagers. I don't know if they were minors or not, but they were decoying. They age dropped mid drive, I think. You know, the person was already on the way. The pred was already on the way. And FT Cuck is sort of trying to say that my spotlighting that story is somehow more broadly anti-predator catching. So now hopefully he has a better mic. He can come up and explain how he makes those jumping conclusions. Because they are jumping.
Well, no, that's anti doing it wrong. That's if anybody remembers Creeps Cringe, I tried helping. I used to help a lot of the groups when they were newer. I tried to help Creeps Cringe, but they were pulling that shit too. Get these guys all hot and bothered, be way over sexual, and not tell him the age until he got into the parking lot. And the guy gets out of his car and like, how do you know he wasn't there to bitch you out?
How do you even
they just
know
made
that they even saw the age? I mean, we all can agree. FT Cuck at the end of my takedown of his screed that could barely be heard, he admitted that it's not ethical to do a number of things, including having young people on these apps to try to meet with preds. I thought that was our goal, is to keep them away from these apps.
Yeah.
To keep kids off these apps. That's the lesson that we should be trying to demonstrate, that it's not a pathway to social media fame and riches. It's a pathway to demonstrating that kids shouldn't be on apps, shouldn't be meeting with adults, shouldn't be seeking out predators, shouldn't be doing unethical decoying practices like thinking it's okay to age drop in a certain, position. And I'm not a decoy, and I'm not involved in decoying or catching predators. But I can say that dropping someone's age while they're on the way or they get there, when that's very unethical, in my opinion.
Well, I was trained. That was a big deal to make sure you drop the age like very soon, if it wasn't already in your bio or whatever.
I mean, I thought it was 101, right? A 101. I mean, it's so big.
Yeah, it is.
Principle, because you're trying to catch predators. You're not trying to play a game. And that seems like you're playing a game. And then to add into it, these teenagers, whether again they were minors or not, attempted to extort after all of that with the unethical practices and being on there. Who knows what the conversation looked like as far as decoying. Then they're engaged in sort of extorting and shaking people down or robbing someone. And
there's a lot of that out there too.
I don't support that. And if FT Cuck wants to say that that's anti-predator catching, then he can label it that. But I think there's, this is why Sam's handbook would have been so valuable in times like these, where we have these questionable activities going on. And I'm happy to put my flag in the sand and say that's wrong. And I think that there's a standard that everybody should abide by. And, I think even was something came up in Tommy's chat today about another catcher that he was addressing. So I don't know, but I'm happy to have a conversation with the Cuck, either Cuck, Lord Cuck Simp or FT Cuck, either one, chairman of the boys.
Right on. So yeah, that's
Or
another
I'll
thing
just,
that happens.
I'll just take some darts and arrows up here for you and Bill.
Well, I appreciate that. I might even find something to stab you with myself. I don't know.
Do we have? Are you? You got something to say?
No. I got nothing to say. I'm just being a smartass.
Were you devastated by my fakeness of those LARP chats?
Was I devastated? No, but I wasn't surprised either.
Yeah. Well,
He actually mentioned me by name. I'm famous. I live in some of these people's heads rent free. It's weird, man. It kind of creeps me out. I'm not gonna lie.
Every single chat, they try to draw me into bad mouthing you, and I challenge anyone if they want to. Everybody starts release it all. If I have ever said any bad thing about you, so.
Well, as long as you're paying me, I'm not gonna care. As long as you keep that check coming in every month.
Well, yeah. What happens when the check starts bouncing? Like the checks I've been sending to Locke have bounced a couple.
Oh, you're fucked. I'll bury you.
Well, yeah. So that was my point in bringing light to that, and I think that it's important to talk about and understand and to know, because an article like that is read by the general public, right? And if you are supportive of predator catching in general, and the general public is reading things like that, I think all of us should be educated on it and be willing to take a stand, both on an ethical and legal level, that no, that's not how it's supposed to be done, and
well, here's how I see. Like there are a lot of groups out there that of course they don't put their shit online because they go to jail, but there are a lot of groups out there that well, I mean, I just lost the group that we know that beats the shit out of people. There's a lot of that stuff that goes on, but they just don't put it on the internet. There are groups out there that draw these guys in just so they can beat their ass, and the guy won't go to the cops because he was there to meet a kid. And there are others, and there were a couple that kind of tried to come in here, and I found out that they were extorting preds, which I do not care if a pred gets the fuck beat out of him. I don't care. I'm glad of it. If a pred gets extorted, that he fucking deserves it. As long as the chat logs are tight and everything,
right,
whatever. But when they bring it here on on YouTube, like the shit like that is why we're having such a hard time keeping channels up.
Well, I think it's sort of disqualifying for evidence, and then you look at someone's motivation. Obviously these were at the very edge of what decoying is, dropping an age mid-cycle as the person is on the way or already arrived. That's the one that was being extorted. So,
well, that's not cool. I'm not down with that. But
so you see, I think that's, and when it comes to extortion, I think it takes people's motivation away from doing it for the right reasons to doing it the wrong reasons. And I think that, the evidence obviously would probably be inadmissible, even though in this case, it looks like the police eventually charged the predator. Great. But they also mentioned that the witnesses or the people involved would potentially be charged too. So I don't know. I think it's why people might be uncomfortable with the broader, a broader general audience if they see articles like that and things like that going on. And that's not to say that we could do anything about it, but I don't think it's a good practice to extort preds, and I think it takes people's motivations away from strictly catching predators to, I mean, to be able to put someone on blast and then, or not put them on blast, then you get in the realm. Certainly, Bill, you can understand how that could also be, hey, I'll pay you $1,000 to take that video down. That's,
Yeah, I don't agree. Don't misunderstand me. I think the best way is to do it like Alex is doing it. Expose them, get them thrown in jail. That to me, that's the best way. But what I'm saying is, when a pred gets his ass kicked for being a pred, that doesn't bother me either. I would rather have him in jail. I would rather have him exposed to the world. But at the end of the day, and what the catchers do is fine for bringing awareness and exposing these motherfuckers. But at the end of the day, exposing them to a bunch of strangers doesn't really do a whole lot for that case. But making sure that everybody in their life knows what they are and getting them thrown in jail, to me, is what matters the most.
yeah. Yeah. So right. And I think that if you are prone to violence and, or obviously everybody wants to see a predator get beat up, right? I mean,
Hmm.
that drives interest. If I'm beating the shit out of someone bloody, calling them a predator, I'm probably not going to be, maybe I'm not going to submit the evidence or whatever. So it's never really analyzed and you get a bunch of views. If I'm extorting a pred, I'm probably not turning it in to the police. So I think that, I mean, would you have a problem? So extortion, back to the extortion, there's all levels of extortion. One could take a video of a confrontation and a week later say, I'm going to post it today unless you give me $2,500.
Hmm.
That there's all that is extortion essentially. So
Yeah.
I think for me, I wouldn't be supportive of that at all. And I wouldn't support people that did that. I think that you need to be ethical. You're dealing with, the most heinous crimes, and they should be dealt with the most ethical hands. And that doesn't sound ethical at all.
No, I agree that that's the best way. I'm just saying that when it happens the other way, at least the Preds getting punished in some way.
Well, and we could,
And the thing is, when they go to jail for a year and a half, 2 years, maybe four, and then they get out and reoffend anyway. You can't shake this out of these motherfuckers.
well, and and a lot of this stuff, you're right, does kind of go on in the background where things aren't even talked about. So there's that,
Hmm.
there's that Houston story of James Spencer, who probably was hurt when he was a kid, was just out decoying, trying to find predators, found an RSO, and I don't know the specifics of the meetup, if it was if he was decoying as a kid or is he just saying, hey, I want to, or he found out or something. But James Spencer killed him last May, and there's a Give Send Go, not a GoFundMe, but Give Send Go. He was charged with murder just last month, I think.
Yeah, I heard about that.
But
I tell you, is along those lines. My favorite one is called the Alaskan Avenger. Uh, he had been abused as a kid, and he went up looking up a list, and this is what these motherfuckers try to use against us. But he looked up the list online of where the sex offenders live, and he just started going house to house, beating the fuck out of these guys. He went to prison, but uh, I mean, there was also meth involved. But along those lines, he's my favorite.
well, I think that particularly for the extortion, the beating of the Preds is, an argument could be made for, having no problem with it, right? I mean, they're Preds. An argument could be made that what is the end goal, I guess? If the end goal is just beat Preds up and not to have anything else and to hopefully keep yourself out of jail, then go for it. But I think that if you're whatever your end goal is matters. But yeah, I mean, I'm more along the lines of Alex getting 2 hours of conversation with these people to delve into the mindset of how they're thinking, what they're thinking, why they
Right.
think. For me, just be honest, as opposed to some of the ones where Preds get beat up, just from my own situation, wanting to know why someone did what they did, and the mindset behind it. For me, that's important. And being able to learn from that and being able to protect kids out because of what you learn from that. And I think that when someone is fearing that they're going to get beaten up or hurt, they really shut down and they only become concerned about their safety and getting out of there.
Right.
That's it. That's it.
Right.
And if, Alex is able to get all of this admissible evidence and confessions because the predator is so willing to talk.
Exactly.
If you show up and there's any confusion about whether they're going to get injured or not, or killed, they're going to completely shut down. Their demeanor is going to be shut down, and it's just going to be a whole different type of confrontation. So, for me, I really like the Alex approach and, Tommy's approach too, of getting a lot out of the things that they have to say. But anyway, I was just coming up to address FT Cuck. Looks like his mic still's not fixed, even with StreamYard. You are using StreamYard, right, Bill?
That's correct, sir.
Okay. Yeah,
Hey, trust no one.
I paid for you to have that premium StreamYard, so you better be using it. So
yeah, I actually don't have that anymore. It ran out, so I won't be going live as much.
What you don't have what anymore? The premium?
The premium, yeah. Bick actually was cool enough he paid for a year of it, which allowed me to go live more, but it expired, and I don't really feel like going live as much these days anyway, so it's all good.
Well, just
yes, it was Bick. I'm sorry.
It was Vic or Bick? Oh,
Bick with a B, right? Yeah, Jenny T got it.
Well, I'm glad you're still alive. You posted something on your community post the other day that was kind of confusing. I have to say, knowing you, I still can't understand some of the hidden secrets or meanings in your community posts.
Yeah, some of those are designed for specific people, and they know what it means, and that's really all that matters. But which one confused you?
Well, the last one, it essentially said that you're not sure when you're going to go live again.
Yeah. Okay. Lurking Sea Monkey gave me a phone. My actual phone, for some reason, it won't stay connected to StreamYards anymore, so I can't go live on it. So I was using the phone she gave me to go live on, which I just went and got back. She gave me this phone because she didn't like it when I do what she calls my disappearing act. But sometimes it is a phone problem because I don't have good connection where I live. But sometimes I just don't want to fucking talk to anybody. So she gave me this phone to keep. I don't mean this I think she's probably listening. I don't mean this in a bad way, but to keep track of me. But it's really stupid for me to have two phones. I'm not a fucking drug dealer. I'm a drug user. It's dumb for me to have two phones, and like she's paying for this every month, and I feel bad. I just don't feel right about it. So I gave her the phone back, and we were talking earlier today. I'm like, I kind of want to go live tonight, but I probably won't. She's like, take this fucking phone. I'm paying for it anyway. Blah blah blah. So I did go and get it temporarily. I'm gonna give it back. I just don't feel right. I'm gonna get. Eventually, I'm gonna have to get a new phone to replace my original one. And when that happens, then I don't know. I just don't feel right about taking this because he's paying for it every month. But yeah, it's
So the end result is that I'm Bill. I'm still confused. So you have a phone.
I have to get myself a new phone that I'll be able to do everything just on one phone.
Gotcha. Okay.
But until I replace that phone, I have to use her phone to go live on because I can't. I can go live on Instagram and I can go live straight through YouTube, but for some reason it won't stay connected to StreamYard when I use it.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm going to drop down, keep the sea monkeys naked, and FCC, if you're out there, blink twice. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Thanks for coming up, man. Good talk. If we were in a locker room, I'd have smacked him on the ass on the way out. What the fuck was I going to say? What the hell are you all talking about now? Yeah, StreamYard shows wrenches now. I just realized that a little bit ago. That's cool because that was one of my biggest complaints about StreamYard is that like I couldn't tell. Like there were people that I thought were modded this whole time and they weren't. I don't know what happened with that. And then there were people where I just couldn't remember if I'd give them a wrench or not because I'm real bad. Like I'll say, yeah, I'll give you a wrench, and then like I forget. And then but at least now I'll remember. What are you guys arguing about? Oh, because of what the hell's going on, y'all? I'm confused. I'm always confused, but yeah, FCC, if you are listening out there, I understand why you're hiding under the table from everybody, but there are people that do want to know if you're okay, so hit me up or hit somebody up. Just let somebody know. I mean, I know why you're, and if you want to come up right now, you're welcome to. But, dude, if you would just admit that you were full of shit and apologize, I think you'd be okay. There are people that have done way worse and just don't care, and they're still up on panels all the time. So. NTF gonna continue her expose on Ed and Cat Eye exclusively on Locks. Okay, like I don't even know I don't know what you're talking about. The chats have been nicer without FCC. Well, you do kind of have a point, Alan. Yeah, nerdy parent. We all have people in our lives that we wish they would admit they were wrong. What's going on, Anthony? Mental health is important, and poor FCC, though he was a boss, got owned. Nah, he walks in and out of Walmarts to try to get back. Interesting. Does it show if something is deleted? I don't know, Jenny T. You deleted your last comment. Let me go look. The last thing I can see that you said, it says, I don't know either, but it's not showing me anything was deleted. Yeah, it doesn't show up on my end. I wish they would fix that too, because I can't tell when somebody gets timed out or banned or whatever. Hopefully they'll take care of that also. That's the one you deleted. Yeah, it still shows up here like normal. I wonder if they've added anything else. I haven't like looked at the controls or anything to see if they fixed any of the other issues that I'd like to see taken care of. When you close out a stream, a little thing comes up and says, "Hey, how did it go?" or whatever. And I usually don't even bother, but there's been a few times where I said, "Hey, I would like to be able to see who my mods are and see who got deleted or whatever." But I didn't think they were really listening. Section E requires shits and giggles. I could take a dump for you right now. I'm not real good at giggling though. I don't like. I'm not sure I even know how to giggle. I've either got a full on laugh or nothing. I can chuckle, just not giggle. I'm not good at the giggling thing. I think it's more of a girl thing. I went down a sea monkey rabbit hole, y'all, and I like the sea monkey sex trade. They're trying to say that, and there's articles on this, not written by me. They're trying to say that the sea monkey sex trade's not really a thing anymore. That they abolished it, but that's not true. Uh, my people are still being very much abused underground. They just hid it better, is all. Chuckles and fuckles. Hey, I'll go for that. I can chuckle. Hey, any of the ladies want to volunteer for the fuckles part? If none of the ladies want to volunteer, then like there's a couple of guys that are kind of girl-ish I might have to resort to. Don't get falsely accused of trafficking sea monkeys. Oh, not me, man. I'm all about sea monkey liberation. I'm at the forefront of standing up for sea monkey rights. We just want to be equal, not above. I mean, why shouldn't sea monkeys have the right to get married or access to gentlemen's clubs? It's just not fair. I mean, if they were to take a few hundred puppies and stuff them in a foil, dry them out first, dehydrate them first, and stuff them in a foil packet and send them to whoever, uh, people would be all up in arms. But because it's, us little sea monkeys, then nobody cares. And I think that's bullshit. A sea monkey life is just as important as a puppy life. A soul's a soul. Yeah, y'all, sign the petition. Section 15 put up a petition. We are going to demand that sea monkeys have our own emoji. We've already got, what, about 30 signatures on their section? Last time I looked. But it's a real thing, y'all. It's a real thing with change.org. Take a minute and, they'll ask you for money, but you don't really have to give any. Hate Tommy or not, can you imagine a sheriff going on Fox News to say your motivation for catching is to make money? Well, it's true though. And then have someone else put catches behind a paywall. I don't know what the difference between the sheriff and the paywall is, but yeah, Tommy's. If you've heard his conversations with the detective, um, yeah, he's in it for the money and the clout. It's pretty obvious. The possum is ahead of us. Oh fuck that! I'll shoot that motherfucker. Yeah, people are trying to say that that ugly cat that keeps coming around my parents' place is Oh, okay. There's another fart video for you because I tried standing up and I'm too old for it. Um, People are trying to say that that ugly cat is a possum, but I don't. Maybe it is. Walking Dead going live. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about them anymore. They both went live. Well, I mean, Ed's mad at me because uh, I'm put in a position where I have to debunk a couple of things that he called people out for. And Locke, well, Locke is Locke. He's got Sabby in his ear all the time, making his decisions for him. He did the same thing to Juniper the other day. He didn't want to go live. Sabby made him do it. And it was just to take Juniper's views away, which is why I will watch the smaller channels any day of the week. You know why? Because fuck them and fuck everybody else. Beaver. Well, if the beaver is shaved, it has a better chance. I will tell you that. My favorite flavor of wrestling pudding? Chocolate. Well, PatCon, this is pretty much free speech. As long as you're not doxing people or making threats. Or if I just don't fucking like you, I'll get rid of you. Yeah, butterscotch is good too. Yeah, I do like the butterscotch. Yes, banana is awesome also. You guys ever had bread pudding? I mean, I got to be in the right mood for bread pudding. It sounds weird as fuck. Like, just once you get over the idea of what it is and what it's called, that's not bad, but uh, they should call it something else, like maybe bread casserole or bread souffle. I don't know, but the right texture for wrestling. I just the standard recipe works out pretty good. Sometimes you want a little bit more milk or water, whatever you use. Sometimes a little bit on the soupier side, but generally just the standard recipe is fine. No, it's not really pudding. That's what I'm saying. Is like the name of it, bread pudding, sounds disgusting. And if you can get that idea out of your head, then it's not bad. Nothing compares to banana pudding. Banana pudding is pretty fucking good, Pat Con. Especially like the homemade stuff, not the instant stuff out of the box. Yeah, yeah, the homemade stuff is fucking awesome. Oh yeah, we gotta have the whipped cream too. Damn it, you guys are like I don't think I've eaten today, and now I'm fucking getting hungry. I'm gonna have to go in and raid my parents' refrigerator. Oh yeah, I wouldn't recommend nuts for pudding wrestling. I really wouldn't. My buddies and I, like we drove like 50 miles because we had found out that there was going to be a Jello wrestling thing at this gentleman's club. I don't know why they call them gentlemen's clubs because we were anything but gentlemen at that particular place. But they were like, "Oh yeah, Jello wrestling," and they made a big thing about it. And we get there, no Jello. I mean, it was a turned out to be a baby oil wrestling thing, which it was fun. It was cool. It was a blast to watch, but I was really disappointed that it wasn't actual Jello. Like I've made big blocks of ballistic jelly before, but I was wondering how they were going to get like pools of actual Jello to set up. It's kind of disappointing. All right, which one of you is texting me? Hold on. That's another weird thing about going live is like people always choose to message you or text you right then. Oh, nice. A naked girl has offered to follow me on Instagram. Yeah, I don't ever accept those. Okay, why didn't you just ask me here? It's cool. Just ask me in the chat. I don't care. Are Looking Sea Monkey and me dating? No, not really. We spend time together. No, no, kind of. No, we're not together. We do spend some time together. And every now and then she lets me play with her boobies and stuff, but no, we aren't together like that. No, I'm just hoping that she doesn't type a different answer in here. I probably better hang this up before my mouth gets me in trouble. All right, y'all. Damn it. I just got myself in trouble. I didn't say anything that wasn't true, though. All right, y'all. I'm going to hang this up before Looking Sea Monkey has a chance to type anything in. Catch y'all later. You'll stay naked.